Come and get me, Mike. Come on. There we go. That's it right there. Perfect. That's one. Good one. Nice. Come and get me, Mike.
Let's go,
there
Mike.
we go. That's round yet.
Yes.
That's round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs now. Good. Stay your stance. Stay your stance. Stay low. Stay ready. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Come on, Mike. Yes, sir. Get that ring off. Good.
Mike Tyson is stepping back into the ring. But this time, it's not just for a few exhibition matches or for nostalgia. No, Iron Mike is gearing up for one of the most talked about fights of the decade. His opponent? Jake Paul. Yes, you heard that right. The YouTuber turned boxer is about to face one of the greatest to ever do it. Tyson, now 58, isn't just training to fight, he's training to dominate.
Yes. Bring it on.
Low. Yes.
You right, coach?
Mike, tá well. Maybe need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds there.
But the real question is, can a 58-year-old Tyson, who hasn't fought in nearly 20 years, really take on a 27-year-old Jake Paul, who's been grinding in the boxing world and building his own legacy? Can the former world champion, who once held the youngest heavyweight title in history, still unleash the ferocity and power that made him a legend? Or is Jake Paul the next generation, ready to prove that the young lion can take down the old king? Let's break down the drama, the training, the mindset, and the fight that has the world on the edge of their seats. This is a clash of titans, of a man who's fought the best in the world against a man who's still fighting to prove himself. A fight that isn't just about skill, but about legacy. Chapter 1: Tyson's Comeback, the Ultimate Challenge. Mike Tyson's journey back to the ring is a story of grit, determination, and a refusal to accept that age can dictate his legacy. When Tyson announced that he was coming out of retirement, most people were skeptical. How could a man who hadn't fought professionally since 2005 possibly compete at the highest level again? But Tyson's comeback wasn't just a one-off exhibition. No, Tyson wasn't here to just show up and throw a few punches. He was here to prove that the fire that once burned in him was still alive.
We expect the biggest fight of the history. Why? Because we talk about Mike Tyson. We talk about Netflix, live on Netflix, something that never happened before. Things like that you just can do with a name like Mike Tyson.
Tyson's training camp has been unlike anything we've seen before. This isn't the casual gym routine you might expect from a 58-year-old man. This is hardcore, next-level, everyday grind that would push even the most experienced fighters to their limits. Tyson has been working with some of the best trainers in the world, refining every aspect of his boxing skills from footwork to timing to power.
You really have a hard time hitting him with that, you know what I'm saying? So that was probably the most fascinating thing to me, the fact that he still could dodge punches the way he could. I feel like I got some of the fastest hands in boxing.
Mike is excited. He wants to be there. He wants to one more time entertain people. He's a fighter, but he likes to entertain people. It is what he fights for. He fights for all those people he can see in the street. The people come to him and say, "You are the people's champ."
Despite his age, Tyson is moving with incredible speed and precision. People who know him best say that they've never seen him in this kind of shape before. He's not just going through the motions, he's attacking every workout with the intensity of a man half his age. His strength, his agility, and his discipline are evident. Tyson is back, and he's determined to make his mark one last time. Chapter 2: The Mental Edge. Tyson has always said that boxing is as much about the mind as it is about the body. The mental preparation, the discipline, and the mindset needed to win in the ring are just as important as any punch or technique. And Tyson knows this better than anyone. He's been through it all: fame, fortune, loss, and redemption. He's faced the highest highs and the lowest lows, and through it all, he's learned that controlling his mind is the key to his success. Tyson's mental routine is just as intense as his physical regimen. He starts each day with meditation and deep breathing techniques, helping him center his mind and focus on the task ahead. This is his ritual before every training session. He's not just training his body, he's training his mind to be as sharp as his fists.
Good shit. 12 rounds.
Visualization is another key aspect of Tyson's mental prep. He's always been a believer in the power of mental rehearsal. Before any fight, he imagines every punch, every movement, and every strategy. In his mind, he's already won the fight.
Hey, come on, Mike! There we go! Yes.
And this mental strength is what Tyson believes will give him the edge against Jake Paul.
To be in the gym from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day.
Shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The fight is already won in his mind, and all that's left is to execute it in the ring.
5-6 rounds. Why are you gonna do 5-6 if you knock him out before? If it was the fight was over. The fight was over. The more you do is just extras. Mike go home today, happy, confident, and knocking out. I did my thing. Now you're gonna do conditioning. Can you imagine one more round? You're gonna feel tired, exhausted. No, we did 4, and now we go to do something extra now.
Chapter 3, the physical grind. Let's talk about Tyson's physical preparation. This isn't just about going through the motions at the gym, this is about pushing his body to the absolute limit. Tyson's trainers say that he's in the best shape they've seen him in years. His conditioning is off the charts. He's running miles, hitting pads for hours, doing explosive plyometrics, and training his core strength like never before.
So when the media says, oh, what about the age 58? I say he does moves that remind me of when he was 20, 25. That makes him younger than Jake.
The key to Tyson's success has always been his speed and power. He may not be the youngest anymore, but he's still got the quickness that made him a feared heavyweight champion. His explosive combinations and his ability to move in and out of range have been refined to perfection. He doesn't just throw punches, he throws punches with purpose. Every strike is calculated, every jab is strategic, and every hook is meant to do damage. Tyson is a true master of the art of boxing. The focus is also on his stamina. Tyson knows that in order to go the distance, he has to have the endurance to keep up with the younger, faster Jake Paul. So he's been training with a focus on maintaining his energy in the later rounds, where many older fighters start to falter. Tyson's conditioning team is pushing him harder than ever before, and the results are showing.
Because Mike has what it takes to get anybody out of there. And I'm going to tell you this. When I boxed him 4 years ago, it was only 2-minute rounds, but surprisingly, he never really declined. He stayed the same the whole fight, and that surprised me. So if they're doing 2-minute rounds, Mike's not going to tire out. I already know that because I watched him do it. No, I don't fear for Mike and how old he is. Mike is a very rugged guy. You know, when I was in there with Mike, Mike still was hard to hit, and Mike still can hit hard as hell. So, no reason to really fear for Mike.
12 rounds. 12 rounds.
Chapter 4, Jake Paul's rise to boxing fame. Now let's talk about Jake Paul. The YouTube star who turned professional boxer has been making waves in the boxing world. Love him or hate him, Jake has proven that he's not just some social media personality trying to cash in on the boxing craze. He's trained relentlessly, improving with every fight, and has knocked out some pretty formidable opponents. But the question everyone's asking is, does Jake Paul have what it takes to beat Mike Tyson? Jake is the younger fighter, and on paper he's got the advantages of youth and athleticism. But Tyson has years of experience in the ring, and he's faced some of the best fighters in history. Jake Paul may be confident, but can he handle Tyson's raw power and experience when the bell rings? Jake's approach to the fight has been to stay calm, stay focused, and rely on his boxing IQ. He's been studying Tyson's old fights, looking for weaknesses, and developing a strategy to avoid Tyson's devastating punches. Jake knows that Tyson still has the speed and power that made him a champion, so he's planning to outbox him, stay on the outside, and use his footwork to avoid the big punches. It's a risky strategy, but it's one that Jake believes will give him the best chance to win. Chapter 5, the fight build-up. As the fight draws closer, the anticipation is growing. Tyson and Paul are polar opposites in many ways, but they share a deep respect for the sport of boxing. Tyson has been through it all: championships, losses, comebacks, and even prison. He's fought legends like Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, and Buster Douglas. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is still building his legacy. He's had success in the ring, but he's yet to face a true heavyweight legend like Tyson. There's a psychological element to this fight that goes beyond just the training. Tyson has been a master of mind games throughout his career. He knows how to get into an opponent's head, and he's using that experience to his advantage in this build-up. Jake Paul, however, is no stranger to the mind games himself. He's used trash talk and bravado to build his brand, and now he's using it to hype up this fight. Both fighters know that this is the biggest fight of their careers. For Tyson, it's a chance to prove that age is just a number and that he can still dominate in the ring. For Jake Paul, it's an opportunity to cement his legacy as a serious boxer and silence his critics once and for all. Chapter 6, the final countdown. November 15th is approaching fast, and fans around the world are counting down the days until the two men face off in the ring. The question on everyone's mind: who's going to win? Is Tyson going to remind the world why he's considered one of the greatest boxers of all time? Or will Jake Paul defy the odds and prove that he's more than just a social media star? Both fighters are locked in, both are focused, and both are ready for war. This is a fight that will define their careers, and fans can't wait to see who comes out on top. So, now it's your turn. Who do you think is going to win? Are you Team Mike or are you Team Jake? Is Tyson going to remind the world of his dominance, or is Jake Paul about to prove he's the future of boxing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates as we count down to the fight of the century. This is Quick Rundowns, where we break down the biggest moments in sports, entertainment, and pop culture. You don't want to miss what's coming next.